Hi, this is Tarot Off the Cuff, and my name is Kevin Quigley. Janis Garan comes to the tarot from a career in information technology. She believes in personal empowerment and clear vision. She also is the creator of the Tarot Salon Detroit, which gives tarot readers a venue to come together, share their skills and stories, in addition to giving her an excuse to bake lots of cookies for large groups of people.
Well, hi everybody. Welcome to Tarot Off the Cuff. I am Janis Garan, and I'm delighted to see you here today. Today, in honor of spring, which just started where I live, according to the calendar anyway, I'm going to be using this deck for our Tarot Off the Cuff reading, the Tarot Mucha or Mucha, as the case may be. Let's get to the deck. So I've already shuffled it up. I'm going to shuffle it up one final time, and then let's choose a card about what we're supposed to be talking about today. And for you as a professional or potential professional budding tarot reader, somebody who's interested in the tarot, somebody who may be working on your own skills, what can I most tell you based on my experience as a professional reader? Dun, dun, dun. Let's find out. All right. Okay, so who is this? Oh, this looks like, to me, yes, the Knight of Pentacles. Look at him happy and proud there. I love this. So how do I know it's the Knight? In this deck, if you look up toward the top, you will see a little glyph that tells you it's a knight. Otherwise, if it was a king, a queen, a page, there would be a different symbol there. And here we have the pentacles, but we can kind of tell by looking at him who he is. So this brings up a lot for me as a tarot reader, to be honest with you. Let's start here. First of all, I cannot help but notice the garb that he is wearing. And you may not, help but notice the garb that I'm wearing, right? Let's talk about that. First, let's put this deck into context, and then we'll talk about dressing for tarot readings. Alphonse Mucha was a Czech painter who lived between 1860 and 1939. He was an illustrator, a graphic artist, and a painter living in Paris during the Art Nouveau period. And honestly, these are not his illustrations, I don't think, because there are two names for the artwork on this deck. Unfortunately, I cannot pronounce them. So my apologies, but I'm not even going to try. So this is in the style of his artwork, which would be Art Nouveau. Apparently, he was best known for his decorative theatrical posters, particularly those of Sarah Bernhardt. So that can give you some stuff to Google if you'd like to later. Let's talk about garb. What does one wear for a tarot reading? My 2 cents, wear what you feel comfortable in. Wear what reflects you, and wear what the event calls for. So honestly, one might think, oh my God, with these big earrings that she's wearing and this kind of, cravat or whatever this is I'm wearing, that I have dressed like in costume for our Tarot Off the Cuff today. I have not. This is me. I like big earrings. I like scarves. At some point, I'm thinking of wearing hats at some point. But not because it is a costume, but it's because what makes me feel good about me. So wear what makes you feel good about you as a reader. If you like to put on a little flair, put on a little flair. If you are just a comfortable person, be a comfortable person. You do not have to play a part to be a tarot reader. You just have to be yourself. If you are working for an event and they require a costume, which your agent would tell you, then by all means, if you sign that contract, wear that costume. Other than that, be who you are. And I don't know. I love Let me just say this. If I could wear a turban, I might. I think they're cool. But more than that, let's talk about, and no, we're not talking about in Tarot Off the Cuff specifically what the Knight of Pentacles means. But let's talk about him for a brief moment. If you have the agreement with your deck that the court cards, the people cards in the deck, represent actual people in your lives, that does simplify things, actually. So we could look at him as a young male the knights are usually very young, younger motivated people, but not necessarily children. The knights are usually very action oriented. Imagine a knight in servitude to a king, right? He's part of the army. He waits for the king's rules and orders, and then he acts them out. The knights are very action oriented, and I like to describe the knights in a deck as more the sprinters than the long distance runners. What do I mean by that? A knight has a lot of energy in short bursts, usually. Think teenager, think 20-something, even 30-something. Sometimes I can come across as a knight. I'm 56. So it doesn't mean that you have to be a particular age, or at least that's my belief. It's more a way of acting, somebody who's motivated, somebody who is action oriented. Often though, when we have spurts of action, they're not necessarily like long term. We may run out of energy very quickly. So I tend to think of the kings and the queens in the deck as people who have more sustained long-term energy. A king has to rule for a long time, hopefully, for that king, and they're going to have to pace themselves, right? Whereas a knight may be on one quest today and a different quest tomorrow. What does this mean for a tarot reader? Let me look at this guy. By the way, as we know if you know the tarot, pentacles, coins are associated with the element of earth. They're associated with things going on in the practical world. And I can't help but notice that he has his thumb tucked in his waistband. Ooh, I know what we can talk about. Hear me out here. He has his thumb tucked in his waistband, and he has his hand draped almost over his solar plexus. As a reader, when you notice something in a card or something sticks out to you, ask yourself why. For example, if I'm in a reading and I notice that his hand is placed in that way, and I ask myself, okay, why am I noticing that guy's hand? Perhaps somebody's having an issue with their thumb, health-wise. I know that sounds ridiculous, but this has happened for me before. For example, I have noticed people's feet in a reading, and I'm like, okay, so we were just talking about her dad, and for some reason my eyes will not get off of that foot there. And then I'll kind of double check it with my intuition, and I may say, is your dad having like foot issues? Honest to goodness, usually the answer is, yeah, he actually is, or he just sprained his ankle, or he used to have problems. I'm constantly amazed at the small things on a card that catch our attention, that end up being meaningful in a reading. So one thing I will tell you as a reader looking at a card, notice the small things. What is popping out to you? Why do you think it's popping out to you? Is it germane to what you and your client have been talking about? What additional information does it give you? I may look at this and think, okay, so I am looking at a young knight, somebody who should be youthful and action-oriented. Why does he seem to be holding himself back? I see 1 foot forward. I'd imagine I'd be seeing him much more speedy. I might say to the client, are there ways in which you are taking steps forward in whatever topic we're talking about? And for you, let's make it about tarot reading. Are you taking some steps forward with your new, with your new deck, with your new understanding of readings, with your new business, with your new insert, whatever it is that's on your mind at the moment? Are you taking steps forward, but remaining a little hesitant, holding yourself back, being a little protective of yourself and your emotions and your gut? We don't want people stabbing us, right? Ask yourself if you need to jump in with both feet instead of only 1 foot. These are ways to read the cards, not just based on who do I think this is? What does this card mean? What feeling am I getting from this human that I'm looking at? But also, what am I feeling in the moment? What small things am I noticing? How may this be germane to the person that I'm reading for? So the one thing I will say is this, and to wrap this up, the Knight of Pentacles, although a fast-moving person, being a knight, is one of the most grounded, I would say, because he's the Knight of Pentacles. He's earthy, he's grounded, he's solid. Ask yourself if you're being too grounded and if you should be moving forward quicker in some area of your life in a very practical way. And to pull the whole thing together, I started out with the idea that it is springtime. To me, this is a lovely spring feeling kind of a deck. So in the springtime, spring forward, jump in with both feet. You've got this. That's my message today. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Janis Garan with Tarot Off the Cuff, and Tarot on until we talk the next time. Bye for now.
Hi, thanks for watching. This is Kevin Quigley with Tarot Off the Cuff. If you can take a second, click the subscribe button down below. That'll let you know when a new video is posted and you might want to jump over and watch it. If you hit the thumbs up for the videos that you really like, that will help spread the word so new people will find Tarot Off the Cuff in their feed, and that helps the channel grow. That would be great. And if you got a question or a comment, positive or negative, whether you agree or disagree, or if you want to add information or your own take on a particular card or a particular topic, put a comment down below. We would love to hear from you. Thanks so much.